Kicking It with Ken is sponsored by AE Door and Window.
All right, so there's nothing that goes together better than chocolate, elves, and Santa. And
right.
yeah, it's all needed to make the perfect Christmas formula.
And this morning, getting a look inside one of our local chocolate factories in OTR, where Ken's kicking it with Aglamisi's brothers. Ken, you got your mesh on.
I love Lucy vibes is
Yes,
what I'm
absolutely.
getting from this.
How many bonbons are you going to try to stuff in?
No, I should, seriously, right? So we're on our second, Randy, earlier today, if they were with us an hour ago, we were dipping and we're making
bourbon cordial cherries.
So what we did at 7:45, he soaked the cherries in bourbon for
about a week.
And then we dipped them in?
We dipped them in the same buttercream that we have for our buttercream fondant that you will find in the deluxe box of chocolate.
And so now they're dry, and now what do we do now?
Well, again, everybody asks, well, how do you get that heavy syrup in a cordial cherry? Well, again, we dipped it in that buttercream that we had melted into a syrup, and then after about half an hour, you can see it's now a shell. It's a crystallized shell. And what we're going to do, we're going to dip them through the chocolate. And once they go through the chocolate, they'll go through a 25-foot cooling tunnel, come out the other end dry. And then in about 3 days, all the juice inside the cherry will be absorbed in this crystallized shell, this buttercream shell, and it'll turn into that heavy syrup.
So a lot of people probably think you're like injecting it or something, right?
Yeah, we get all kinds of crazy ideas of how we do that, but this is the old-fashioned way.
Look at that.
Other places they just spray them or put them through a machine that puts a sugar coating on it, and that doesn't have nearly the flavor that these have.
You know, the last hour, I got so many text messages like, bring me no one text me and ask. The limit's over. Aglamisi's brothers, people don't know about you guys. Where are you? Who are you?
Well, we have 3 locations. Our flagship store, which was built in 1913 and has all the same interior fixtures and paddle fans and soda fountain. That's in Oakley Square. Our other shop is in Montgomery Square. And then we just opened up a new shop at 304 Main Street, Hamilton.
And I was up in Hamilton yesterday. Hamilton is so charming and cute. Why did you guys decide that you had to expand up to Hamilton?
Well, the city officials at Hamilton came up and invited us. Now I'm going to put a mark. This is how chocolate makers mark their chocolate when it's still wet.
That's your signature, basically?
Right. And every candy maker has their own code, if you would.
How did you come up with your, I mean, because, you know,
this was given to me. I was taught this by my stepdad, Jim Aglamisis, and he was taught by his father, Thomas Aglamisis, one of the original and the older of the Aglamisis brothers who came over from Greece in 1902.
Should I make up my own mark while I'm here?
Sure.
Here, I guess I need to get a little knife.
You got a glove on, or you can use this knife right there.
What's the secret to making your own mark?
Just lifting it up and making a string and doing whatever you want with that string of chocolate.
What am I going to do? Okay,
I
got 30 seconds to make one.
There you go.
Ree-ree.
That's right.
Ree-ree. And you have to say ree-ree when you do it.
A couple of these are rolling here. We'll re-dip those.
Are you going to do you have to do the ree-ree. Do my signature. Let's hear it.
Wee, wee, wee. There it is.
That's my goal, to make people do crazy things on TV.
Did I do it right? Okay.
Where do we get our gifts and all that gifts? I'm really going to cry because it's so funny. Where do we go to get everything?
Going to any one of our retail shops, we have lots and lots of assortments, anything from a little 4-piece box.
Yes.
And these are some examples of our famous opera creams, milk chocolate turtles, or pecans is what we call it. And this is what we just made. These are the bourbon cherries.
All right, bourbon. Oh my, can I get in there? All right, we'll go into boxes into the studio. Let's see. Wow, look at that juice in there.
Ooh,
that's from guys. This is so good.
I love his passion.
Yes.
For the chocolates and his wee-wees.
I love the wee-wee. That's classic.
Yeah, Frank, he works in here. Like, he's not just sitting at the desk. Like, he's the president and CEO, and he's in here doing chocolate and stuff. It's really amazing.
Quality control.
This is what I love doing. I've been doing it for 60 years. Jim Aglamesis, my stepdad, married mom when I was about 10 years old, and he invited me to work in the shop. And well, what 10-year-old little boy doesn't want to work in an ice cream candy shop?
Exactly.
So I grew up loving what I do.
I tell you, I tell you what, if my mom married a guy when I was 10 that had a chocolate factory, I'd be happy too.
Pretty good stuff.
Frank, you would be the real life Willy Wonka. Like that would have been the perfect job for you.
That would be.
Almost scary. We don't need that.